Stop walking. Your nails are too loud on my floor. Stop it. I know, I love you too. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have a book review on Land of Enchantment written by Leigh Stein. So this book came out on August 2nd, so it is available now. I got this book sent to me from Plume Publishing, so thank you very much, Plume, for sending this my way. So this book is a non-fiction autobiography, which is written by Leigh, and this documents her relationship with a man named Jason, and it's a very unstable and abusive relationship. And so there's definitely triggers in here for domestic abuse and also for drug use. So Leigh ends up meeting Jason at an acting audition in Chicago, and they immediately form a relationship. And after a couple of months of being together, they decide that they are going to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they're going to live there for 6 months while Leigh writes a novel that she has been wanting to write, and Jason agrees to work and support them while she finishes her novel. And then after that, they plan to move to LA so that Jason can pursue an acting career. The bulk of their relationship is their experiences in Albuquerque, hence the name of the book, Land of Enchantment, which is what the state of New Mexico's kind of motto is, I guess you could say. And their relationship is a mixture of bliss and bitter unhappiness. Leigh definitely starts noticing that Jason is very unreliable, dishonest, and then he becomes abusive. After pretty much failing in New Mexico, all their plans just don't end up working out at all the way that they were hoping that they would. They decide to move back to Chicago, where they become more on again, off again type of a relationship, and then Leigh ends up landing her dream job in New York, and she up and leaves and supposedly tries to leave him behind completely. And they do stay in touch, however, and they see each other every so often. And then one day Leigh gets a very devastating phone call. So this book was just okay for me. It's hard to rate a book that's an autobiography because this is her story. But at the same time, I felt like it was really a clear case of a very insecure woman who was so desperate for this man to love her that she put up with everything he dished out, and she stayed with him regardless of how he treated her. The writing was very good in here, but the story was told very sporadically, so it jumped around a lot, which I found confusing. I kind of feel if you're going to be telling your life story, I want to start at the beginning and then end at the end. I don't want all this jumping around and going from your 30s to your teens, and then this time here, and then this time we lived here, and I don't know. I found myself getting confused a little bit about what time period we were actually in, and was this before this happened or was it after this happened? So I kind of wish it were in order, like chronological order. I think it would have been a little bit more impactful of a story. And then that way you can really see the progression of his abuse and how it started and when it finally ended. So I didn't get to see that progression because it jumped around so much. And as morbid as this may sound, when I was writing this part down of what I wanted to say, I was like, oh, this is going to sound so terrible. I wanted to actually have more details on the actual physical abuse. Most of the abuse that she talks about in here is verbal, which is a form of abuse, but at the same time, physical abuse takes it to a whole nother level, and it's very glazed over in here. It definitely happened. Like, I didn't question whether or not it actually happened, but she didn't give very many details about it. She didn't give any details about what triggered it and what actually happened and the consequences that she suffered because of it. So it was, I don't know, I feel like that's not something to glaze over in a book that is being advertised as overcoming physical abuse in a relationship, because I just feel like we didn't get that much out of it. And like, if I were a physical abuse victim, I would have been like, this doesn't help me, you know, and I feel like that's what this book was written for, but it didn't really fulfill that need. And it was just, I don't know, the abuse was referenced very randomly. It was just kind of thrown in here or there, and it was like, you know, this, and then this one time he did this, and then it was like moved on to the next thing. And I'm like, wait a minute, why did he do that? What happened to lead up to that situation? What did you do in response to that? So we didn't get any of that. I actually wanted more details. I think that would have made me feel for her a little bit more, because a lot of this story, I'm just going, why are you staying with this guy? Why? And the only reason I got that she stayed with him is because she was almost addicted to him, I think, and addicted to wanting him to be in her life. But I don't know. So I don't know. I didn't get a lot of answers to my questions about why she stayed with him and about actually how bad the abuse was in their relationship. I don't know. I didn't get any of that. I also kind of wondered whether she just wasn't comfortable talking about those types of things, which I understand most definitely, but if you're going to write a book about it, you should probably be at a place where you're comfortable to talk about everything. And it was also pretty cool, though, to read a book that is set in a city that I have been to and a state that I currently live in. I currently live in New Mexico right now. So that was kind of cool to read about some of these places that I have seen and that I know. And so I did enjoy that part. So overall, this book was a 3-star read for me. It was written very, very well. I really liked her writing a lot, and the story was a good one, and I think it was definitely important. I just don't think it hit on all the notes that it probably should have, being a book about an abusive relationship. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it, and if you guys are interested in this book, it is available now, so I will leave an Amazon link down below. And again, thank you, Plume Publishing, for sending this book my way so that I could read it and review it for you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.